Good afternoon, and welcome to today's webinar, DAT-MAIL Basics, the latest in an ongoing series of educational webinars from WindowBook. My name is Wallace Vangelis, and I'm Vice President here at WindowBook. Joining me today, Steve Dowdy, WindowBook's Mailing Industry Software Specialist. Today's webinar will discuss the basic features and uses of WindowBook's industry-leading post-presort solution, DAT-MAIL. We're also going to see a live demonstration of DAT-MAIL given by Steve Dowdy. With that, let's begin. So today's agenda, what we're going to talk about, the differences between Presort and post-presort software. We're going to take a look at some basic DAT-MAIL functions. We're going to have the live demo. Presort versus post-presort software. In a nutshell, Presort software creates the plan for the mailing, and that's through the use of address hygiene software, move update software, duple-im or merge purge, and an actual Presort software, which puts your mail into the sequence described by the Postal Service for your postage discounts. But as we all know, plans change. That's where post-presort software comes in. Post-presort software allows for changes in those plans. And one of the ways that happens is through the creation of mail.dat files in the presort step, and then through being able to edit those and manipulate those using post-presort software. And we all know that you may run a presort anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even 2 months before you actually physically prepare and take it to the post office. And at that time, there are several different things that you're just making educated guesses at. For instance, the piece weight or the piece thickness. And when you go to actually prepare the mail several weeks after pre-sorting it, that weight could have changed. In fact, most times it has changed. So you can use post-presort software to go in, very easily edit that weight, update your files, and produce the accurate documentation for the Postal Service. Another thing that post-presort software allows you to do is account for spoilage. In fact, both spoilage and shortage, and remove pieces from your mailing that through one reason or another, whether it was damaged and can't be easily replaced at that point, or shortage when you run out of materials, you may wind up 200 envelopes short, so you're going to pull those pieces out and not mail them at the time. You can declare them to the Postal Service, they're not in the mailing, and not pay for them. Another big thing is partial mailings. For instance, you may have a mailing of 10 million pieces that you're not all going to get done in one day. You're not going to get it physically prepared on the pallets, on the trucks, and to the Postal Service. So what you do is go through and select, these are the pallets that I'm going to be taking to the Postal Service and paying for today. I'm submitting these as a mailing. So you designate which containers those are, create the necessary documentation, and submit that to the Postal Service. So what you wind up having is the Postal Service required documentation that matches exactly what you're mailing. Okay, looking at DAT-MAIL itself, there are a number of different things that DAT-MAIL can do for you. One of those being validate your mail.dat files. There are several different levels of validation that we'll go through with DAT-MAIL. Some is just field to field and file to file compliance, making sure that, hey, if I have data in this one field in file 1 of my mail.dat file set, I have to have data in a particular field in the 3rd or 4th file within the set. So it's this referential data that we can validate for you. We can also validate to standards